so for this next video that I'm going to be doing, it was a question that I've gotten quite a few weeks ago regarding metabolism. I really want to dive in a little bit deeper at this point because I feel that this needs to be understood a little bit more as to why it's happening in terms of you cutting calories and you not losing more weight. What could be the solution, and explaining why that actually happens. The board pens are back. Okay, it should be that way. Actually, I have four. Okay. 4 different ones, and I like these different colors. I might try and get pink somehow. Anyways, when it comes to metabolism, it is really important that we understand that it's not just calories in versus calories out, although that is the main bulk of it. But how do you define someone with good metabolism? Is someone who can consume a good amount of calories and maintain their weight or maintain their physique. Someone who would have a bad metabolism would be someone who consumes less calories, maintains their physique. However, if they consume a bit more over that, then they're gonna store body fats. I feel it's not correct when someone says this is metabolic damage. I don't think there's such a thing as metabolic damage. It is metabolic adaptation. You adapt to your way of eating. If it's damaged, if it's destroyed, then you'd be dead. If your metabolism isn't working, then it means that your body is not functioning. So what I wanted to do is just to explain to you why some people just, even though they go to such low calories and they just couldn't get into a point of losing more body weight, and what they can actually do to fix that. So I'm gonna put it into 3 different colors here. This side here is going to be body fat, metabolism, calories, which is the C. What does someone do when they want to start trimming body fat? Let's say, for example, what they start to do first is they lessen their calories and they increase their activity, which is obviously the right way to do it. So they start to bring down their calories. So over a period of time. What happens when you decrease your calories? Then you're gonna start dropping body fat. What happens to your metabolism at that point when you start bringing down your calories? Your metabolism starts to go down at the same time. However, what tends to happen is there will come a point where your metabolism adapts. So let's say, for example, you've been doing 2,000 calories for over a period of time. There will come a time where you won't get that same benefit from that calories and it will start to adapt. You start to plateau. So this is when your body fat doesn't go down anymore. So it's plateaued, which means that at this point, you keep your calories at the same level and then your metabolism will stay the same. All right. But then you find out, okay, so what do I need to do now? Well, most people would start to, or continue on dropping their calories even more. So they start to drop their calories, puts their body fat a bit lower again, metabolism goes down at the same time. And then same thing will happen. Your body fats will start to plateau, which means that your calories obviously will stay at the same point. Your metabolism will stay. Now this will go on for a period of time, and you can see obviously a trend here. You want to trim more body fat, so you start decreasing your calories even more, to a point where you get to such a low calorie point and you're like, okay, it's probably not healthy to drop anymore, right? If someone's at a 700 calorie deficit and it's not working for them anymore, you've got to stop. You should not go any lower. And then what tends to happen is that you tend to feel hungry. You're eating less and it's not giving you the results. So guess what? You start to get frustrated and you're like, I don't know what to do. So you kind of, come off the program a little bit and start increasing your calories, right? Which is what most people will start to do. They start to increase their calories, and then because your body has been survival mode, if you like, because you haven't been eating calories, guess what it's going to do when you increase your calories? This is going to climb up so much higher. It's not actually going to have that same parallel effect to the calorie increase because your body is telling you to take on all these calories and store it as body fat. That's why. And then what happens to the metabolism is it doesn't shoot up. Your metabolism takes time for it to go up again, and it only does that. Now that you've increased your calories maybe for a couple of days, your body fat levels have gone up, your metabolism isn't at the same level, so you start to get more frustrated and you're like, oh, I've gained a few pounds here. So what do most people do? Is they start dropping these calories all the way back down here. And then once they start doing that, thinking that the same process that they've done before is going to help them, they would think that their body fat is going to come back down to where it was from this point. But actually, no, it won't. It will only actually just do this. Why? Because your body's holding onto your body fat as store because it knows that you are putting yourself at a really dangerous level of calorie deficit, so it won't burn as much body fat. And then guess what's going to happen to your metabolism? Nothing. Or just a little bit low. It's going to come back down, but it won't make a difference, right? So obviously you get to this point, you haven't lost all that body fat that you've gained. you've dropped your calories down and nothing's happening. And then you get even more frustrated, so you want to go back up your calories again. And then what happens, do you think, at this point? This is going to shoot up again, and your metabolism will be nowhere near as high, okay? So you have gotten your body fat from this point, okay? Your calories, which is just from the beginning, just a little bit higher than where it was from the beginning, right? From here, and then your metabolism is all the way down here. Right? It wasn't even the same as from when you began. That's what happens. So now you may be asking, right, okay, so what would be the best thing to do then? What's the solution? Well, this is where you start to incorporate reverse dieting. Now, reverse dieting is basically, doesn't mean you consume more calories and you start binging and eating. It means that you want to restore, obviously, to a level of, normality again from where you were. So what you want to do is, let's just suppose that the pattern was doing this, okay? So kind of just gives you an idea. So you want to go back up to normal. So what you want to do is, instead of you shooting up your calories, you want to slowly increase it, because what you want to do is, as soon as you start to slowly increase your calories, okay, slowly increase your calories, guess what's going to happen? Your metabolism will take time to adapt, will take time to go back up to how you're eating. So it will start to do this. It will climb slowly. Now, during this point, your body fat, instead of it shooting up and down just like this, it will actually start to do this. You will gain some, but there will come a point where it will just meet in the middle. Does that make sense? So the best way to start doing it is to start slowly increasing your calories, to slowly increase your metabolism, so that then you can get your body fat to a level that isn't going to be erratic, which is obviously, this is what tends to happen for most people. That's not what you want. As to how much, it's different for individuals. This is the concept. So from the question that I've had a couple of weeks ago as to why they're decreasing their calories, or their calories is low but they're not getting anything from it, well, it's because it's doing this. So you go down any lower, you're just putting your metabolism in lower, to a point where there's nothing to work on. So you have to slowly come back up and reverse diet, because you have to come to a point to try and adapt your metabolism all the time, because there isn't such a thing as, this is my metabolism and this is going to be it for the rest of my life. No, it adapts all the time. So I hope this kind of gives you an idea. Quite confusing, then may just be because it's very visually graphic, if you like. Kind of gives you an insight as to how this works now. But if you have any more questions regarding anything more specific towards metabolism, let me know, or reverse dieting, let me know, and I'll try and answer them to these videos. But I hope this helps. There you go, done.